Have you ever stopped to think about how some people seem to have absolute control over money? I'm not talking about those who earn millions, but those who, even with modest incomes, manage to live well, invest, and still achieve their dreams. What is their secret? Today, you will discover 10 powerful finance lessons that can completely change your relationship with money. Not just those basic tips you've already heard, but practical and surprising teachings that can transform the way you think and act. Stay with me until the end, because the last lesson is something that almost no one talks about, but it makes all the difference. Imagine the following situation. You receive your salary at the beginning of the month, and, within a few days, it already seems to evaporate. What happened? The truth is that most people live trapped in a financial cycle that they often don't even realize. The first big lesson is to understand that money is like a seed. If you plant it and take good care of it, it grows. But if you just spend it all, it's like eating all the seeds at once. There's nothing left for the future. Think about this the next time you're faced with a financial decision. Am I planting or just consuming? This small shift in perspective could be the start of something revolutionary. And do you know what really stops many people from planting these seeds? It is the belief that there is no money left. But here's the second lesson. What matters is not how much you earn, but how you manage what you have. Have you ever seen someone who earns a lot and is always in debt? Or that person who earns little but is always calm and can even travel? The difference is in the planning. There's no point waiting to earn more to start organizing. The secret is to create the habit of reserving a part, even if small, for the future. Try this for just 3 months, and you'll see how you can create a sense of control over your financial life. Now, before continuing, have you ever wondered how these tips could help someone you know? Share this video with that special person and help them change their life too. Take the opportunity to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment about what else you would like to learn. And that brings us to the next lesson. Did you know that money behaves very similar to water? It always flows wherever it finds space. If you don't direct it where you want it to go, it will simply slip through your fingers. This happens with unnecessary expenses, small purchases that seem insignificant, but which, at the end of the month, add up to frightening amounts. Have you ever heard of the coffee effect? Buying a coffee every day may seem small, but at the end of a year, it could represent a sum that could be used to invest or make a dream come true. The secret here is not to cut out everything that brings pleasure, but to be aware of your choices. Each expense is like a message you send to your future self. I want more of this. Or, this isn't that important to me. Speaking of conscious choices, one of the most powerful lessons I've learned is that money is a direct reflection of our values. Did you know that the things we spend on say a lot about what we really value? Imagine a person who spends a lot on the latest technology, but says they don't have money to invest in education or health. This is not a criticism, but an invitation to reflect. Are your financial choices aligned with your dreams and priorities? This is one of the most transformative questions you can ask yourself. And here's a practical example. I once met a person who dreamed of traveling the world. However, she said this was impossible because she could barely pay her bills for the month. So, we start analyzing your expenses together. We discovered that a good part of her money went to things that, deep down, didn't bring her much happiness. Subscriptions that she didn't even use. Impulse purchases and even bank fees that could be avoided. All it took was a little planning and discipline so that, in less than 2 years, she was able to fulfill her dream of visiting several countries. This proves that when you define a clear purpose for your money, it starts working in your favor. If you're already enjoying these lessons, take the opportunity to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. This helps spread these ideas to more people and creates a financial learning community. Another essential point is to understand that not all debts are bad. Some are actually powerful tools for creating wealth if used wisely. Think of a person who takes out a loan to invest in a business or study something that will increase their income in the future. This is a debt that can bring a return. On the other hand, high-interest debts, like credit cards, are often real traps. A good rule of thumb is to always ask, is this debt helping me grow, or is it holding me back in the past? And speaking of traps, there's another one that almost everyone has fallen into at least once: the desire to impress others. Have you ever bought something just to look good in the eyes of others? The truth is that spending money to impress usually only brings two results: debt and anxiety. When you free yourself from this need, you start to spend more consciously and focus on what really matters to you. But what if you find it difficult to resist the temptation to spend? There is a simple and very effective technique: the 24-hour delay. Before buying something on impulse, wait a day. Often, this pause is enough to realize that you don't really need that item. It's like you give yourself the chance to say no to something that wouldn't add value to your life. Now tell me, which of these lessons has made you reflect? Write in the comments and share your experiences. And, of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the time.